Welcome back, fantasy football fans. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Football Geek. We're still talking Dynasty Rookie Drafts, and now we're talking about quarterbacks. And there's really only two for us to talk about, and you know who they are, and that's Tua Tagovailoa and Joe Burrow. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so as I said, there's only two quarterbacks really to talk about in this draft. And why is that? Well, we know Joe Burrow is going to start, but none of these other quarterbacks, including Tua, is slated to start day one. But we are talking Dynasty, so, you got to draft them. You got to draft them in their rookie year, and you got to see what they are. So I guess you could talk about Herbert a little bit. The beat on him is he has a lot to learn, and he's probably more of a backup. So, if you guys are Eckler fans or Mike Williams fans or even Keenan Allen fans, you guys got to watch out. You can make an argument for Eckler and PPR, but for the ADP, he's going mid to late second on average. I think it's a little expensive. The other thing you really have to pay attention to, and I'm going to say this all year, we have to all devalue rookies a little bit more than we would in previous seasons because they're not getting the practice that they got. They're not getting the time. Quarterbacks take a while to translate to the NFL. They just don't understand how good these defensive players really are. That goes the same for wide receivers, tight ends especially. The only position that I feel that you can, maybe not devalue too much is running back. But in all honesty, I'm devaluing all rookies this year just based on the fact that they're not going to get the practice time because of the coronavirus. Anyway, that's not what this episode's about. We're here to talk about Tua and we're here to talk about Burrow. So then the question becomes, do you take Burrow at a premium ADP? He's going somewhere between the 110 and the 204. Or do you wait a full round, possibly 2 rounds, and take Tua, who a lot of people say is the best quarterback in this draft? If you're still watching, do me a favor. Please subscribe, drop a comment, hit the like button. I want to try to get at least 25 likes. Let's do this, guys. If you're a fan of the channel, you like what you see, you want more great content, the easiest thing you can do for me is to subscribe, like, and comment. I really appreciate it. So Joe Burrow was slow to get on the field in Ohio State. He eventually transferred to LSU in 2018. In 2018, he had average results. Basically, he had under 3,000 yards and only 16 touchdowns. Not very good. But in 2019, he had one of the most prolific seasons in college football history. Burrow threw for 5,671 yards and 60 touchdowns, setting a new NCAA record. So the scouts say that Burrow has basically a computer in his head when it comes to reading his progression. He's an extremely intelligent football player. He exhibits great timing and great accuracy. Basically, he does everything well. The knock? He has an average arm. Tua had a very productive college career. He can make throws on all 3 levels. He is also exceptionally good at going through his progressions. He's incredibly accurate and has an NFL-ready arm. A lot of people think Tua is the best quarterback to come out of college in years. The problem is he's injury prone. So I think it's important to look at other quarterbacks who started from day one. So let's take a look at Matt Ryan and Matt Stafford. These guys are both, NFL caliber quarterbacks, as we know. But if you look at the stats, Matt Stafford only threw for 2,267 yards, 13 touchdowns. He had 20 interceptions. That is not somebody that we even want to be starting in a quarterback by committee situation. Same for Matt Ryan. His rookie year, he only threw for 3,440 yards, 16 touchdowns with 11 interceptions. So again, a little better, but not necessarily somebody that we want to be starting. For me, based on the ADP, I'm going to pass on Burrow. Wait to the 3rd round, grab Tua, who I think is just as good, if not better. I definitely think he has a better arm, and I think he's just as good in breaking down defenses, going through his progressions. He's also better with his feet. He can run the ball if he needs to. Plus, again, I don't want to be passing up on these on a draft with all these really valuable wide receivers. So anyway, that's my breakdown for Tua and Burrow. Really short and sweet. Tight ends are coming up next, and then we're going to get into redraft. I've got 3 players that are going to win you your fantasy football leagues that are going late. Make sure you tune back in for that. Appreciate it, you guys. Please subscribe. I'll check you out later.